Hello everyone, I'm Will, and welcome to the Brick Zone. I'm not reviewing any particular set in this video. Instead, I'm just going to be taking a look at the Mega Bloks figures. Specifically, the old articulation versus the new articulation. I'm going to just say that I'm not an expert at this stuff. You know, articulation, like all the terms and everything. So, you know, I'm just going to go over some basic stuff that I know. And to begin, the new articulation was first found, I believe, in the Call of Duty Mega Bloks line. And personally, I don't own a lot of those sets, aside from the zombies, which I know don't have the new articulation. But eventually, around maybe the Halo 2014 sets, maybe 2015, I think it's more around 2014, they started integrating the new articulation into the Halo figures. And they made a new mold, and it followed the same system as the Call of Duty figures. And yeah, it's great because they have a lot more posability, and the cool thing is that you can actually customize your Spartan a lot more than you used to with the old articulation. So, you know, let's just take a look at the old one first. You can see here, I'll take him off. You can just, at the arms, they're connected at like a ball and socket. So we take a look at that, and you just pop it right off. And really, the only direction you can go is just up, down, maybe out like this. Not too far out though, so you are kind of limited. And you can bend at the elbows here. And you have the hands. You know, basic stuff. You've seen it in all of these figures. And you can move the legs. The pro to the old mold with the old articulation is that I think the heads had a lot more range of motion here. A lot of posability there, so you can have them look really far up like this, or, you know, spin it around a lot. And you kind of miss that out in the new one, just because a lot of the new armor for these, for the new articulation, it's a lot bulkier. And while it looks more accurate, you know, there's not as much room to move the head around. But other than that, you know, it's just the old mold. And on the back, you know, you have the typical hole on the back where you can put the weapons on with the pegs, like so. And I never mentioned that in any of my videos just because I feel like it's common enough knowledge that it isn't really necessary to mention every time. So yeah, that's basically the original, and you know, you can pop off the legs and the head and just pop them on. The good thing about that is that you can still use heads on the new articulated figures, but I think they might be kind of off in proportion, but you know, we'll see. So that was, you know, just an old green Mark IV Spartan from a lot of the early Halo War sets back in 2009. And on the right we have a meal from one of the newer sets. I think it was a 2014 set, the Mongoose one. You know, I don't have all these set names and numbers memorized, but you know, the set, the Mongoose and Emil. So here's Emil and the new articulation, and you know, you have a lot more range of motion here. Like, you can make his arms go out a lot more, like this, all the way out and not just slightly inwards. And the cool thing about this is that you can rotate the elbow instead of just, you know, going in and out. You can actually rotate it. So you know, that just gives you, you can pop it off completely to customize things, but more importantly, you can use it to pose like you may not have been able to do before, like this, and make it look, you know, more believable in that they're actually holding the weapon and, you know, getting ready to shoot. I know some things may not align exactly, but it looks a lot more believable than the original. And look at that, compared to the one on the left, where, here, let's try to hold his shotgun. You can really just hold it out like this, and that's basically it. Like, maybe forward to the side a bit, but you can't reach both arms across to like really hold the thing unless it's like, let's see. Sorry, this is taking slightly longer. Yeah, it just doesn't work out as well. Like, most weapons, at least in the Halo ones, you just kind of hold like this, out to the side. Which is fine, I guess, but, you know, that just looks a lot better with Emil over there. I'll put him towards the center so you guys can get a better look. So, in addition to that, you know, you can kind of pose them better, like here at the legs. You can crouch like that. That looks really nice. And if you try doing that with this old one, it doesn't work out as well. Well, it looks okay, but they're kind of proportioned differently. I mean, a lot of people are worried they wouldn't fit in with all of the hundreds of Spartans they've already made in the old mold, but actually, they look pretty good. They're around the same height. I'm not going to measure them on here, but they fit in well. It's like, if you didn't know they were different molds, you probably couldn't tell, you know, they go together. It's not that noticeable. So, you know, same thing on the back, like the old figures, you have the little hole there where you can peg the weapons in. It's kind of bulkier there, since it's not flat anymore, which is cool, because it's actually, you know, it's the real thing, it's like all of it, and it's actually, like, popping out. Sorry if this isn't focusing. But yeah, I mean, that can make it kind of difficult. Not difficult, but it just, you know, the weapons don't go in as deep as they did with the old ones, just because the old ones were flatter, but it's alright. So, that pretty much sums up the motion. I mean, you can move them at the waist, like they used to with the old ones. You can see them, you know, rotating around here. But yeah, I'm going to do a cut so you guys can see all of the armor detached. So, hold on a sec. So here's Emil with all of his armor taken off. And usually this front belt piece can come off with most of the other figures with this new articulation. But I tried taking this off of Emil and it just wouldn't come off, so maybe this one is just attached permanently. I'm not sure, I don't want to risk breaking it. So, as you can see here, you know, you have the chest armor, the thigh armor, and the shoulder armor. And most of it comes on, you know, you either slide it on or you clip it on. So, let's see, let's start out with the chest. And here's the front piece. And, oh, whoops. Hold on a sec. You just slide it on top of the chest, like so. It's a little tight with the helmet there. But it fits. And you can see on the back, you just get the back part, and you see there's some holes there, you just clip those on, like so. And there you go. You put the chest armor on like that. And the shoulder armor, you know, you just clip on. They're just clips. You can see that indent on his shoulder. You just take the shoulder piece armor and you just clip it on like that. I do think that gets kind of confusing. I don't know if that's just me or if other people have this problem, but sometimes I can't tell whether or not the shoulder piece is upside down with certain pieces, or just, you know, the right direction to put it on. I mean, like, this looks like a security shoulder, so it looks like this most of the time in the game, but some of them, I don't know, I just can't tell, and it's not always easy to clip them on for me. I mean, that clips on just fine. And then, last we have the legs, and these could also be confusing, like just knowing which direction to slip them on. I guess it's like this, slide on like that, and you just pop the legs in like the old figures, like that. So I'll do the other leg, like so. And there you go. There's Emil. You also have the option to pop the arms out like that. And also at the elbow, but for some reason Emil's isn't coming out, so I'll show that next. You know, to show some customization. So here's Emil and a Hazop Spartan from one of the infection sets. And oh, from what I just mentioned earlier, or a second ago, I guess. Here, with this guy, you can see here, if you just pull, you can detach from the elbow there, and that's also some additional way you can mix and match with different colors and whatnot. But anyway, so we have Emil and this Hazop Spartan, and usually in Halo, most of the customization when it comes to your armor is you know, mixing up the chest armor and the shoulder armor. So we'll just take off Emil's shoulder armor here on both shoulders, and as you can see here in a sec, or right now, you can detach the Hazop Spartan armor, Hazop Spartan's shoulder armor, and you can just clip it on. See, you can't really, with a piece like this, you can't really tell like what's right side up or not, or at least I can't tell. If you guys can, leave a comment below if that's just me, you know, just being really bad at this. But does that fit? No. Oh, his arm popped off. Okay, I guess that fits. So there's some shoulder armor on one shoulder, and I guess here's on the other. No? There you go. So yes, you can put the orange. So now it's orange on black. That looks kind of good. That set's a pretty good set to get for repeats of. I mean, I don't, but like, you know, black, it's a nice color. It goes with a lot of colors. Or just, yeah, it goes well with a lot of things. So that's orange and black. And, you know, if you want, you can also pop his leg off. Let's take this out. Sorry about this. They're a little stubborn, and I'm not doing any cuts, just, you know, to show the process of mixing and matching, because I don't really see that often in a lot of videos on YouTube. So it's usually a little faster with all the cuts. So yeah, they are just really stubborn sometimes. This one is... I'm having some trouble popping this one off. Yeah, you know what? That's not happening. You get the idea with the shoulders, though. It should be enough. Oh, this one... See? This one slides off. It's kind of inconsistent. It's kind of unfortunate, but... See, that one slides on and off easily, and with my luck, this one's not gonna come off, but, oh, came off. See, that's easy. So you just slide it in like that. And there, you can have maybe like a little orange, a little more orange going on than before. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like Mega Bloks should release, like, you know, some sort of customization packs. I mean, they already have, but, you know, with more options other than Crimson and Venom. But that's what the black and orange looks like, which looks pretty cool. The silver looks a little off, but again, you can just kind of replace that with other colors. I think just because I think a lot of the Reach figures have like that silver for all the legs and the arms. But yeah, so I'm just gonna move these away out of the shot. And speaking of Crimson and Venom, I do have a couple of Venom, or Crimson and Venom team members from a couple videos I made a little, maybe a week or two ago now. Well, I haven't uploaded them yet, so they'll be up probably at the same time this one goes up. So here's a couple. Here's just a Scout, and I think that's an Orbital Spartan. And just to show it again, and you can see they're in some cool poses, just holding their BR and their DMR. Let's take that out, and you can, same deal, you can pop the shoulders off, and pop this off, and, you know, just lock it on like that. Looks pretty good with the rust and the lime green. Again, they should release more packs with different colors, or maybe from different games, like from Halo 3 or something, so you can really truly customize your Spartan. They're the green in the infection sets, along with the orange. With those colors, I can kind of make my personal Spartan that I use in game. But you know, it would be nice to just have like like a color palette or something of just different armor pieces. Because that would be awesome, and I'm sure people would love that. Because you know, customizing is the way to go. Something about the left legs for a lot of these just is not coming off with this piece. Oh, shaking the table. So yeah, like I said, they're stubborn, but they do come off. I guess I wouldn't really advise it since it doesn't look that great, but. Oh, it's really a pain. Maybe you're not really supposed to take them off, who knows. I mean, I feel like you're... Oh, yeah, there you go. So, just as an example, you know, messing around. Here's what the Scout would look like if you integrated some of the... Or the Venom Team Scout would look like if you just put on some of the Crimson armor. And, let's see, let's put this on. And there we go, that's what he looks like. And not exactly accurate on the legs to in-game. It's usually like maybe a couple accent marks, on, like a stripe or something on the leg, not the entire one, but... You know, if you don't like that, you just do the shoulders and that's pretty accurate. Really wish they would come out with some heads with maybe like a stripe or something on there with a different color. For the secondary color, but yeah, I think that pretty much does it for the customization of like swapping out the armor. You can swap out belts in the the crotch area from the armor. I'm not gonna show that just because it's to take apart the Spartan more and just it's kind of time consuming. No, not that much, but it's just you have to go out of your way to do it, you know. It's like maybe if they did have all those colors, people would put more time into customizing these things, but there you go. There's a Scout. And another thing I'll show, I'll just move this out of the frame. Actually, I'll show one more time. Okay, there he is. Yeah, I'll just bring Emil back here. You can... Well, actually, I'll show that in a cut, so... Hold on a sec. Here's just a cluster of some Mega Bloks figures, you know, the ones I showed earlier. And I just want to show that, you know, old or new articulation, whatever it is, you can mix and match these. So, here's an old figure, the Lich King from World of Warcraft set, the old articulation. Here's an assassin from one of the new Assassin's Creed sets with the new articulation. And... you know, you can I just want to show that, here, you can like pop and swap everything. Similar to Legos and, you know, a lot of other things. And you could have like a Spartan with the helmet off, that's kind of cool. Despite the creepiness of the hollowed out eyes in these Assassin's Creed figures. But yeah, I mean, it's just cool to mix and match some stuff and just get creative with it, and that looks a little weird. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't always look the greatest, but it's fun to do. Let's see. Here with the Lich King, he has this cool kind of cloak. Kind of makes it look like Destiny. No, that's not gonna fit. Here, on the old chief. There you go. Like that works. Like it looks kind of cool, like he has a cape. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So as you just saw, you know, you can really customize these figures a lot. And, you know, just make them your own, and just personalize them. But in addition, you know, before I go, I'd just like to show that, you know, you can hold the weapons really well like this. And either in an idle pose or, you know, if he's like shooting, like so. And holding weapons aside, it's just cool for posing. Like, let's put the sniper rifle over there. You could, I'm pretty sure I've shown this in my reviews already, but you can make them put their hands on their waist like that. Confident. Or just, you know, like shrugging, like, or like, no. Or cross your arms, or just leaning back. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Or, you know, just crouching, maybe like this. Maybe he's exhausted from sprinting or something, I don't know. Or maybe he's in the middle of sprinting. There's just a lot of things you can do, posability-wise, and making these figures go into different poses. Oh, whoops, his leg popped off. Like that. And it's all good stuff, you know? Really good figures, and a nice upgrade from the original mold. They can do a lot more, and it looks great in comparison. And now that's pretty much it. On that note, like or dislike the video. Leave any comments below with your thoughts and opinions on the new articulation. Do you prefer the old or the new? And subscribe to the Brick Zone for more video reviews and stop motions.